Hey everybody, I'm Adam.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will, and we are
Working Title! Guys, we are back for another episode of Fullmetal Alchemist.
Brotherhood.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist. This is episode
7.
What is it called?
The Hidden Truth.
Last on? What happened, boys?
You should answer that.
All right, there you go. We continued the repair story where we need to get the boys back in shape. Ed got his arm back thanks to Winry. It also allowed Edward to go and fix his brother Al. We also got to meet a doctor or scientist who basically explained that Philosopher's Stones can be made. I think.
Possibly.
Maybe. I don't know. They didn't really fully answer that for me, so I'm kind of up in the air about that whole idea. We also saw the return of Lost, or whatever her name is. Beautiful woman with the black hair. Yeah, it was a cute episode. I'm ready to return to it and jump back into the thick of it.
Oh, we also, sorry, real quick, we didn't talk about it at the end of last episode. There's a bolt missing from his arm.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know what the heck's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And she looked like it was important.
And it was an end credit scene. I didn't even put emphasis on that idea.
Also, she mentioned that there's some chrome, I think, in his arm. So
it's not as strong.
It's not as strong, but it won't rust.
Yes.
So
it's definitely breaking in today's episode. It doesn't have the screw and it's weaker. This thing's falling apart as soon as we jump into it.
But guys, if you enjoy our video, leave a like, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you know when we drop more Fullmetal Alchemist reactions. Comment down below what you thought of the episode. What are your thoughts, theories? What do you think about our thoughts and theories? And we have a Patreon if y'all want to watch this show 1 week in advance, along with Vinland Saga and sometimes a movie like that's coming out soon.
What?
Hit the link in the description and support the channel.
And it's not a market substitute, guys. You gotta go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer. Watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood over there first, and then come back to YouTube and watch your boys' reaction, alright? We love you guys. Punch it. Bah!
On their journey to Risenbull, Ed and Al encountered former state alchemist Dr. Tim Marco, who admitted to possession of an incomplete Philosopher's Stone. Moved by Ed's determination, Marco gave the brothers the location of his hidden research materials, where they hoped to find Dr. Marco's research.
Not only do they do an intro to what alchemy is, then the intro itself, then a recap.
Dr. Marco's research! It's all gone!
Also, did you catch when they were putting his arm and leg that they attached to the nerves?
I wondered about that. He can smell something yummy.
I can smell him. The scar face just fallen. He's close. I can taste his stink. Like blood. I still get to eat him right.
Oh yes, down to the last strand of hair.
Hidden truths.
They're hunting the boy.
That's good. I don't think they can take him, honestly.
His fit is hard.
Yeah.
He's got like the Adidas pants.
They running from something.
That's not a good sign ever.
Oh god.
Ew!
Oh, yeah.
Wow! Let's go! Oh, who was that? Who did it?
Scar hasn't been sighted. Not once since that incident with the Elric Brothers.
This case has obviously gotten to be too much for Central to handle. If I can close it quickly enough, I'll be golden. I've got a ladder to climb, and this is how it's done. I need every mark in my favor that I can get. At least until I've assumed the office of Führer, that is.
You may not want to display your ambitions quite so.
I was gonna say that. Better watch your mouth.
Yeah, I'll be sure to remember that in the future.
Roy's,
ambitious.
Very ambitious. Considering, his fire has failed every time and the other guy's just like...
Yeah.
Oh, do not. No, he's not dead.
There's no mistaking it. This was definitely Scar's jacket.
The show wouldn't kill off this guy right there.
Not yet, but we're still searching.
Either way, he can't be in good shape after losing this much blood.
Yeah. But we do this by the book.
Unless
We
it's
need to
not
find
his blood.
proof that he's dead.
Gluttony.
Lieutenant Havoc. Yes, sir. You and your men will work
Lieutenant
day and night to
Havoc?
clear out
Is that
this
that's his
debris.
name?
I want his body found.
Havoc or
Not
Haddock?
So much as a
Oh,
copy
I don't
right until
know.
that's done. Do you understand?
Come on, Colonel, can't you cut us some slack? At this rate, you're gonna work us all to death.
Oh,
Oh,
damn
there he
it.
is.
He's right there.
I don't get to relax until I've seen his body, and that
Lust
means
is right
you can
behind
get
him,
to
too.
either.
Yeah.
And Envy can just become anyone. I think.
Looks like you got away.
I didn't get my snack.
Yes, I know.
Major Armstrong.
Oh, Second Lieutenant Ross and Sergeant Brosh. To what do we owe this?
Ross and Brosh.
We'll be taking over supervision of Edward Elric and his brother effective immediately.
Very well, is yours.
What is this?
Babysitting.
Just when I think I'm home free, they saddle me with more bodyguards? This is getting old!
Something wrong?
Oh, it's nothing. Although, if you don't mind me asking, why are you wearing a suit of armor?
It's a hobby!
That's a-
Hobby? What kind of freaky hobby is that?
I guess they really do have to cover it up every time, don't they?
So, what do you say, Al? It's a lovely view, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I love how he sweats.
Yeah.
Even though he's just a suit of armor.
Goodness.
He did it. Well, like, he's done it before. What,
There's
though?
gotta be a million of them.
Oh, is there really someone living in this place?
Miss Sheska, are you here? Miss Sheska?
Is someone there?
Oh, gosh.
Please help me.
What?
Ugh. They fell.
Brother?
Slippery
There's
books.
somebody
Start digging.
Thank you, I'm so sorry. I got myself
The other guy's stuck in the back.
I thought I was going to suffocate under there.
Are you Sheska?
Yes.
And
Cheska.
you worked at the library.
Oh, the library. The word itself is so beautiful.
Oh, dear Lord.
I've loved books my whole entire life.
Hanji.
I first learned to read as a girl. That job was heaven.
Wow, books.
Is that Hanji's voice?
No.
I'm
Just
supposed to
it's
be working and
this
all
version's
I do is
Hanji,
read.
I would say.
They fired me. If I don't find another job, I'll
They
never be
fired
able to
her.
move my poor elderly mother to a better hospital.
Look at Al's depiction.
Yeah.
The only thing I can do
Patrick Star.
No, I think that's supposed to be his
His
shoulder.
shoulders.
It looks like his little hands. Are you sure?
It's
his shoulders.
Yeah.
It's cuter if it's his hands.
Do you remember seeing any research belonging to someone named Tim Marco?
Let's see.
Tim Marco.
Where do I know that name? There were some handwritten notes stuffed into a bookcase where they didn't belong.
It means they burned up along with everything else in the library.
Did you want to read them? Is that why you're asking?
Yeah, but it's too late now. They're
Yeah.
nothing but ashes.
Sorry to bother you.
Maybe.
I remember everything that was in them. Would that
What? Photographic memory.
It's just how I am. I'm able to remember the content of any book I've ever
Deku.
Take a while, but I can write them out for you.
What?
You're my hero!
Yeah. The show's so perfect.
Tim Marco's notes.
Holy shit.
Her thoughts of Marco's notes.
There was quite a lot to write down.
Oh my lord, woman. You are amazing.
People in this world.
What is her name?
Sure, come on.
Jessica?
Sheska.
Cheska?
Shes.
Cheska.
All I did was copy down what I remembered.
Sheska, are you absolutely sure this is a flawless reproduction of the notes?
Oh yes, I'm 100% certain.
I trust her.
Then thank you very much. You're
I trust her.
incredible.
Now
All
copy
right,
that 5
let's take
times
these back to
over.
the library. Oh, I almost forgot Jessica's fee. Lieutenant, here. This is my registration number and a pocket watch for ID. Withdraw that amount from my annual research grants and make sure Sheska gets it.
Damn.
Research
I'll be on
research
that right
grant.
away.
I forgot he's got some money.
Just take this
They
here
backed
to
him.
stay out. Well, Sheska, you're a lifesaver. Bye.
She's blown away.
From his research grants, huh?
Gosh.
You got that dough, bro.
Yeah.
Rich. Wow.
These are cookbooks. What could they possibly have to do with alchemy?
Alchemy is a powerful art. It can be incredibly dangerous if misused. In order to prevent that, alchemic research is always encrypted. These are designed to look like recipes to the average
Look at
person.
this fella.
But they're actually advanced alchemical notes. Only the alchemist who originally wrote them can understand.
If they're so heavily encrypted, then how are you going to be able to decipher them?
There's a section in here on green tea.
Green tea? Are you thinking what I am?
Uh-huh. It might be a reference to the Green Lion of metallurgic alchemy. Do we have copies of
Sure.
Flamel's Codex or Lamspring's
That's what I would
Spring of
grasp from
Philosopher's
that.
Of course.
All right.
Of
Take a
course.
look at this here. And here too, you see?
Yeah, you're right. And maybe here too.
I love him so much.
We've got a place to start. Let's do this.
Fullmetal
Sheska.
Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Ross and Brosh.
Ross Brosh.
Why does this encryption have to be so damn hard to figure out?
Oh.
Excuse me?
Sheska.
Is she joining the team?
Edward, I was able to move my mother to a better hospital.
Aw.
I really appreciate it.
Nah, it was no big deal, really.
Have you had any luck deciphering it so far?
Sore
You
subject.
found another job yet?
Eat it.
It made me feel better. It was nice to know that even a pathetic mess like me can help out sometimes.
Aw.
So thanks for that as well. You're not a pathetic
I was gonna
mess.
say, you're pretty freaking impressive.
I think that the kind of dedication you show to reading is a talent all on its own. And besides that, your memory is incredible. You should have more faith in yourself.
She should honestly join the team.
Put her on
Then we
payroll.
got Denki Kaminari doing nothing.
Lieutenant Colonel Hughes.
Hey, Gerard,
Hey.
Sean told me you two were here.
What gives, Ed? I told you to give me a shout the next time you made it to Central.
Oh, so
I love this guy.
Hughes.
It's just,
Yeah.
I've been busy too.
They talk to Colonel Hughes like he's an old friend.
just how high up are these boys?
Nah.
We've had a lot of cases to deal with lately, and we're still working on getting the Tucker Chimera situation settled.
Sensitive
Sorry,
topic.
I guess that brings up some unpleasant memories.
Yeah.
As if things weren't bad enough for us already. The first branch had to burn down in the middle of all this. All our case records were stored in the stacks at that location. Trying to work
Of course.
without 'em hasn't been a picnic,
course.
let me tell you.
Of course, all the documents on history's gone.
Hey, Lieutenant Colonel, I think I've got exactly the person you guys are looking for.
Well, I have read the military's criminal case records, and I do remember them all.
That's all I needed to hear, lady. You're
Damn.
Got her job.
Yep.
Thank you!
He's like, you are mine now.
So what are they? They're just trying to figure out the right
They're just trying to
ingredients.
decipher. No,
They're
trying to
encoding.
decipher the. They're trying to decipher the hidden message.
They flashed it. It was like, add one small carrot, add one onion to this, and they're decoding that.
Oh no.
What did you guys do to this place?
Don't get angry because you can't crack it. Throwing things won't help.
We did crack it.
Huh?
We cracked the code and decrypted the notes.
And something horrible that they gotta
That's a
do.
good thing, isn't it? There's nothing good about this, damn it!
Yeah.
This is the devil's research. It should have been destroyed.
It's gonna be like one child,
That's right. It's
one animal.
What's so evil about it?
the main ingredient for a philosopher's stone is human life.
Yeah. There you go.
In order to manufacture even a single stone, you have to make multiple human sacrifices.
Ugh.
How could
Damn,
the military authorize research into
multiple.
something so horrible?
Do us a favor. Don't speak to anyone about this.
But sir,
Please. Just pretend you never heard any of it.
Oh.
Well, there's the explanation of my question. That's why it's not mass produced.
They worked so hard to decipher those notes only to find out that.
it disturbs me too, just thinking about it. I bet I'd act the same way.
I should give him a hug.
Oh, it was nothing, sir!
Suspicious!
He's just yoked for no reason.
It's great. It's for intimidation and it's for love. I wonder if Al gets tired.
Well, there's something
I don't think he has any physical limitations, so.
But I guess I've
Does
been
he
too
have like
afraid to
any
say it.
receptors at all?
Elric Brothers, I know you're in there. Open up. This is the Major.
What do we do?
What do we do?
Oh,
Not happening.
Said Edward Elric. How tragic! Do you think the legend of the Philosopher's Stone is built on such a terrible secret?
They dropped the info? Oh my gosh.
Someone like him asks you.
Imagine the military being behind something like that.
Suspicious. It worked.
More cruel than we bargained.
He just had to flex his left and right pec.
Truth. Do you remember what Dr. Marco said at the station?
Look closely. Maybe you'll find the truth hidden within the truth.
I didn't have a clue what he was talking about.
That's how you do flashbacks.
It's the same as with alchemical
Damn.
notes.
Cosine.
What you can see on the surface is only a portion of the truth. There's still more to find here. There has to be.
Maybe.
Currently, there are 4 operations.
I don't know what the alternative would be to human life.
Connections to the government. We can narrow it down even further. Marco worked in the 3rd laboratory. We should start with that one. It's the most suspect.
What's this building used for?
It was designed for the 5th laboratory, but it isn't currently in use. The building isn't structurally sound, so it's been classified off limits.
It's there.
Huh? How can you be so sure that's it?
There's a prison right next door.
Okay, so
What was the main ingredient for a Philosopher's Stone?
they
Oh.
said it needed live humans. Ugh.
yeah.
There'd be
Oh.
plenty of condemned criminals in the prison. Officially, they'd be recorded as executed.
Oh man.
I wonder if the government is involved.
Why do I have the feeling that we're getting involved in something really dangerous?
Everyone told you to pretend like you've never heard anything.
He did say it.
This has the potential of becoming a political nightmare before long. I'll look into what we've talked about tonight. In the meantime, officers, speak of this to no one.
Sir,
And actually do it this time.
Sir. I know you 2 boys. You were thinking about sneaking into this
Look how big he is.
Look around, weren't you? Admit it!
We promise.
Yeah, sure we would.
These kids, man.
Oh, this isn't the.
Guard posted an
Is this the same city as the first episode?
Interesting.
No. Wait. No, they're not. They're in East City or something, or East Point City.
I don't know which city Mr. Crimson is in.
That was Central.
Damn it.
Pretty sure.
Clever. Dang, that's surprising. He's a big guy.
You need to wait here.
Okay.
Whether I'm fine on my own or not isn't the issue. You're too big to get through here.
It's not like I asked to get this big.
Poor guy.
66.
What is it, 48?
It looks as if we got guests.
Some daredevil idiots came to visit, did they? I couldn't get through this far if I was regular size. Lucky I've got a small body. I just got myself a tiny little
Got Shimigami up in this place.
No cap.
Not currently in use. Who are they trying to fool?
It's taking a long time.
Oh, Al. Oh, Al.
Oh.
Woo!
Cliffhanger!
Is it over? Of course it is. What are you whispering?
No, I said,
hear-
what the fuck?
Oh, I heard mouth movements.
I couldn't hear him.
I just said, what the fuck? That's it. Dude. What the heck, man?
Are you confused?
No, I'm not. I just sometimes the stuff that like in my memory, the way some of the stuff happens in the show, I feel like doesn't happen as fast.
That's why episode 4. I was like, it happens this early.
I know that happened early, but like them figuring out the human
With the-
bodies
yeah.
are Philosopher's Stone. Like I didn't realize that. It was like this episode.
I told Caleb about that. How you didn't know that it was so early, and he just started like crying, laughing, because he knew that it was devastating
He's
for
seen
you.
this?
Yeah, Caleb's
Yeah,
Oh.
he's seen it.
I forget how much anime he's watched.
He's seen a lot.
Well, he's like gone on this like grind of just watching everything.
Okay.
I mean, he's on the One Piece grind.
Fuck that. Well,
Lord.
for the channel one day.
Alex did that in
Like 4
4
or
months.
something. But that kid literally just during
He's-
quarantine just watched anime while doing school.
he said he would do
nonstop
like
every day.
he said he would do like 10 hours straight a day. That
was the perfect time to do it.
Lot,
Was
though.
quarantine.
Even 10 hours.
catch
That's
up One Piece.
That's not TV show 10 hours. That's anime 10 hours. Like
24 times 10. 240.
that's sick.
Mm-hmm.
That's sickening. That's disgusting, honestly.
Mhm.
You can't even retain the info you're getting.
Well, I'm doing that like.
No
okay.
offense to people who binge that, but dear lord, there's no way you are gathering everything.
You
You're not
get
paying
three episodes in an hour, so
So you're doing 30
30.
episodes a day.
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Me binging the 4th season of My Hero, I kind of forgot stuff because I did it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely binged shows.
Yeah.
I've binged like
I binged
Lost.
the first season of Lost.
I've binged Lost a couple times. But that's manageable because when you're dealing with 40-minute episodes, not everything's like so like, here's everything you need to know right now. It's just people talking. And you don't have to fully pay attention because you understand normal people interactions.
Back to this, Sam. Thoughts?
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
Once again.
Got some more details about Shiz.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where this episode started because now just all the info starting to blur as like a solid.
Scar fighting Lust and Gluttony.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, them being on top of the tower saying...
technically they're hunting Scar down, or Scar's hunting them down. I don't. However, I guess you want to look at it. Scar. I don't know. I don't know if Scar has an interest in them.
Did they not say they destroyed that library? I feel like she did.
I'm not sure.
They said a lot in the beginning that they did a bunch of... No, she did say that in the beginning of that episode. We were just talking over
that she
it.
destroyed the library.
Yeah, I don't know why they are going after Scar. I don't know what Scar is to them.
Maybe
I don't.
just a powerful threat.
Yeah, I also don't really know much about Scar.
A third party.
Maybe it's that he's shaking things up. See, here's what I've been actually thinking while we're talking about the sins. I feel like they have their hands in the government. Because we don't know who the other sins are. I've been talking about the idea of the 7.
Yeah.
If it is a 7. It just makes sense at this point that it would be the 7 deadly sins.
Episode 4, you called Scar Wrath.
I thought, my initial take was that I thought Scar was one of them. And maybe he still could. I don't know if being a...
Ishvalan?
I almost said Viltrumite.
Ishvalan.
I almost said Viltrumite. I don't know if Ishvalan... I don't know if the sins are people or if they are just the idea incarnate. The manifestation of the sins. So I don't know how that works. If it's a bestowing and some divine power has given it to people, maybe Scar can be one of them. Maybe they're chasing him because he's running away from them. Maybe a fallen brother. I don't think it is that personally though. I think maybe it is like you're saying, maybe it's a power play. Maybe it's that he's shaking things up because he is killing people in the government. And from my theory, I think that they are involved in the government.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep. I don't know if they are in cahoots with the Führer.
Lust did name drop something that she had to report to.
Father.
Yes.
Back in Central.
She did. Initially, it's fun. Thank you for bringing that up because I forgot about that. When she said initially, I brushed it off because I thought she was just referring to Envy, who's playing a father, like a pope.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, that doesn't make sense because...
They would have just called him Envy.
Exactly. You would have just called it Envy because presumably it's like a sister to you.
Yeah.
So there's a father figure. I don't know if, once again, that's one of the 7 or if it's a bestower.
Yeah.
Maybe an 8th figure who's in charge of the 7. That could be the Führer. I don't have many people to go off of. If we're talking about... Because we're just getting into the show, so there's going to be obviously new characters. But if we're working from just who we have, the only two options I would go to are the Fuhrer or Al and Ed's dad. They're the only two who might have any sinister thing going on with them.
Yeah.
That is a male occupation. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it just all it really means though is that there's just somebody that they serve, and they're not just willy-nilly sins going and doing sin things for the sake of being sins. Like there might be an order to what they're doing, as opposed, because I didn't know if there was an order, because it just seemed like they were just causing civil war because they are sin.
Yeah.
And that's the point of what sin is to cause chaos essentially in its own forms.
It's a ladder.
So, next is Sheska.
Sheska. Like Jessica Sheska.
So, the boys decided they wanted to go to the lab that Tim Marco worked at, and it was burned to the ground. And they met Sheska, and she has photographic memory, so she was able to print out these seemingly food recipes to the boys, which they were like, this, but they explained that alchemists all hide their recipes for their equations for alchemy in recipes that only they would understand, so that they don't leak their own information of how they do things, which kind of makes sense because it seems like every alchemist does something different and it's pretty unique. You know what I mean? Like the boil, the fire, baby face arms coming out of the walls.
Still don't understand that, but
it'd be earth.
Yeah. But
it makes me think of that book in Skyrim where you open it and it immediately levels you up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if only it was like that. If only real life was like that. You just look at one page and you've just gained a skill. Like working out. Could you imagine? You lift one weight, or just like a video game. You only lift a couple weights, and all of a sudden your physique is like a step up.
I want to be a doctor. Read one sentence. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
She's impressive. The girl with photographic memory. She's essentially Cheska's essentially like Rain Man. I mean, you scroll through something super fast, you got all the info pretty much on like a copy paste level. That's super unrealistic, but I don't care at all.
Yeah.
I say put her on the team.
She's that dude who's the world's fastest reader. That's so stupid.
I mean, she kind of is on the team.
She's with
Mace Hughes.
May Hughes.
Yeah. What occupation is he? Like, who is he? I mean, he's always around, but...
He's just a higher up in the city that they're in. Or in Central.
I'm pretty sure, like I asked Will, I'm pretty sure he's above Roy.
Yeah.
Roy's like a 3-star general. He's a colonel.
No, Roy's a colonel. They called... Mace Hughes is lieutenant colonel.
Okay.
I think.
I don't know. I just saw the 3 stars, so I thought of the general.
Yeah,
because Hawkeye has 2 and Havoc has 1.
He seems a bit dopey in his personality. Hughes. Yeah. So I wasn't sure like what role he fills, like how high up in power he is. I do worry, though.
Lieutenant Colonel, sorry.
I do worry about him, his life. Honestly,
why?
Because Roy wants to take the Fuhrer position. You don't go to Fuhrer first. You go to whoever's above you.
Oh, okay.
So
what, do you think he'll put a hit on him?
I don't know. I don't know if I trust Roy. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I trust the government right now.
Okay.
Like, I wasn't even sure about Armstrong just an episode ago until he said that. Until I saw that there was some regret about the war, but
right, because I was just about to say that because Roy was there in Ishvala.
All of them were.
Yeah.
That's why
it seems like every adult that's a
Hawk.
dog of the military has been there.
Yeah. So right now, anyone who's not openly seeming at least weathered by what they've experienced is on my sus meter. And from Roy, I he doesn't seem to be really affected comparative to anyone else, but I haven't met him yet. So that's the thing. Anyone who I have either not met
or not really spent time with
is on my sus meter until, I hate that I say that. Thank you, Among Us. Is on my sus meter until I get to know him a bit more. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about Roy. So, and that guy just seems nice. So, in typical show fashion, they make you like the dopey guy until he gets killed off.
Gosh.
So, yeah, I don't know. I hope it's not that, though.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say on him is that I'm putting him in the crosshairs for the time being.
Stop it.
I can't help it. It's just what I'm feeling from the show.
Yeah.
I want to spend more time though with Roy though. Speaking of people to
Yeah.
there. What is really nice about the show, and I don't really feel this way about like some of the things we're watching or like things in general. I'm super invested in like the cast already, which is nice because there's already like things that I wanna, and it could be thanks to the show's like level of mystery that's there and present. That like I want to know a bit about everybody, where some shows it's like they introduce me to people. I'm like, come on, just get off the screen.
Yeah.
Literally, just go spend your time somewhere else, not on the front screen of what I have to invest in. So it's nice because I like Winry, I like Roy in the few seconds I've seen him. Hawkeye, I'm indifferent about still.
Yeah.
I haven't felt anything about her yet. I like Armstrong.
You love Scar.
I like the Sins and I love Scar. Nope,
Yeah.
I don't like Scar. I love Scar.
Yeah.
For right now, he is still my number one. If I had I know anime fans like the top tier list. So if you want to know right now, it's like Scar. It might be Winry number 2 right now, honestly. I think Ed's above Al, actually. Al was above Ed like a couple episodes ago. I think it's Ed, Al, and then for 5, we'll just end off on 5. I'm going to put Lost, or whoever her name is. I'm going to put Lost there, and then Armstrong's a close, but 5. There's your 5.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry. So next was the boys doing research.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
they found the truth.
They found the truth.
And the truth
About what it
is
takes to make.
I mean, go figure.
human
I should have.
human life.
Honestly, I should have picked up on it just because of how the show goes. Like, you can't get what you want easily. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah. Well, they said too. It's not just like a human sacrifice. It's multiple.
Equivalent exchange.
I was wondering how they coded or decoded, and I was like, when you and I were talking about, like, you need phosphorus or whatever ingredients to
Calcium.
make a human. Maybe it's like they had the number of what it takes to make one human, and like amplified it by like 5, and they're like, okay, so this essentially means 5 people based off the ingredients of what makes a person. I don't know. That feels a bit too easy since they spent days, but they are kids too.
10 days it took them to decode that.
I guess I shouldn't just generalize them as children because
Young adults.
they're literally, well, no, even more so.
Well, they're
I mean,
teenagers.
Adults look up to them.
Yeah.
Because of what they were able to do with the taboo stuff.
Yeah, I mean they're the youngest, or Ed's the youngest state alchemist in history. Adults are calling him sir, and he's talking to a lieutenant colonel, a very high-ranking officer in the
As
army,
like a
as a
friend.
friend.
Hey.
And the kids, the like recruit level guys are like,
What the fuck?
They're talking to him like they've known him for years.
Yeah.
So then they spill the beans to Armstrong,
Yeah.
of course, and then they start looking at a map and trying to figure out where the lab and the real info like actually is for Marco.
And it's an empty building.
That's next to a prison.
Which is easy access to take people who the world is not paying attention to or care about.
Yeah.
Well, like you
Easy
said,
victims to take.
you could easily just write on the paper. Yeah, they were
Executed.
They were executed.
Or they died in a prison fight, or
I mean, essentially anything. Most people don't pay attention to prison news. I mean, how often does news about a prison even get leaked today? Like,
yeah.
it's so weird. I was literally just thinking about that too. Like the prison system in general. Like how are we genuinely supposed to know like how well it does for people, because it's never like they give praise reports. Like, oh, this guy made it out and had made something of his life. Like, that'd be kind of nice to know, though. Like, so that you can, like, have faith in something. But, yeah, works with what I'm talking about because, of course, no one's gonna, like, know anything that happens there. It's essentially a closed-off area to just snatch people up. Once again, Fullmetal fashion. People will just kind of get used in the society a bit.
Yeah. and some weird number guards that's got some crazy armor on 48.
Dude, I have no idea.
66.
And 66.
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. Maybe it's just the police. Like,
Yeah.
they just
Code
hire...
names.
Like, they just hire 100 alchemist dudes, and maybe it's like Navy SEALs. You don't give, like, a real name, so they can't be tracked back to their family. They're just the code 46. I mean, it's safe.
Yeah.
If they're taking a tough job.
Okay, so here's my question for you, Sam, because, like, you brought up tonight, I don't know about previous recording because I wasn't here, but you haven't really brought it up yet. So, like, what are your thoughts on, like you've mentioned a little bit, like, you think the government and the Sins are kind of, like, possible cahoots.
Possible,
you know?
yeah.
We've got...
I'm not sure how much I believe that.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a chance that could be.
What makes you feel like that's a thing?
Mostly the personalities of the Sins, all like knowing that's also like it's more recent, like today's episode. I start to feel that because there's a person to now associate them with. Also, like, lust is intelligent, gluttonous maybe not so much, and envy just seems kind of like a young kid. It seems like if they are the bad guys, they mentally don't seem like the combative force. Like, it doesn't seem like they are in charge of anything. Right. And because I have nowhere else to put any, like, shift in, like, suspicion, I already know there's a government that's done effed up stuff, that it feels like that could be a possible route.
Yeah.
I don't know what occupation... Like, I don't know if that is true, though, and why I'm not sure about that. I don't know what role they're playing. Like, I don't know what causing chaos does for the military, other than maybe, like, a smoke screen. Like, distracting people with the chaos in the streets so that the government can get away with stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
That the people wouldn't be focused on.
Yeah.
Maybe suggesting that the Sins are just lower tier bad guys. Like, they're more just... Like, it would be like... I mean, you guys watch the show, so I don't really have to do an analogy. But, yeah. If it's like a boss figure who wants to do shady stuff with his crew, you hire some goons to go do stuff that everybody's going to pay attention to. Meanwhile, you're doing stuff from the shadows and no one's going to look at you.
Yeah.
It's also hard to know, though, because I feel like most people who would watch the show would start to suspect the Fuhrer at this point. It is a kid's show, so maybe things are a bit up front for a younger audience. But I feel like most people would suspect the Fuhrer at this point just because of the government stuff happening. He is the figurehead who is in charge of war where bad stuff happened. So I feel like once they share that story, you should start to, like, wonder about him.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's not, like, unfair to feel. It's not a stretch at this point though the Fuhrer is, like, a fun guy. He seems fun.
Yeah. I mean,
but
that's
bad guys can be fun too.
Yeah, that's true. But we also don't know, like, you know,
anything about him, really.
Oh, I know nothing.
And
it's the same thing with Roy, like.
And there's a lot of gaps, like, just like we know little things here and there, like Tim Marco doing, like, weird stuff. I mean, like, that. Remember, he was so upset about researching.
Well, I have a fun idea too.
Go ahead.
This is I don't know how to make an analogy without spoiling. If the Fuhrer is not the bad guy, how I think it could go then is we are led to feel wish-washy about him until we find the evidence, and until we know the full story of him, he could go back and forth as maybe a good guy, maybe as bad guy. It could also be like this could be where the father comes into it, where, like, the Fuhrer is the red herring and the father is the one doing the string pulling. Who knows?
Yeah.
It could be the like, father could be also like a fun code flip on the word. We're supposed to think it's somebody else's father, but it could also just mean a double whammy. It's also the father of our main characters. It could be that too.
Yeah.
And we're led to believe the Fuhrer is the bad guy, and it could be the dad himself. That'd be fun. But, like, everything I'm saying right now is just shooting a wall of answers because I don't know anything yet, or shooting a hole
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
shooting fish in a barrel.
I'm shooting fish in a barrel right now because I have nothing to go off of, and you guys can't say anything.
Yeah. No, it's good to know. You just started talking about it today. I was like, oh, I wonder why he's thinking that.
Yeah. Some good theories.
But yeah, so now the boys are going to, I would assume, going to be engaged. Well, Alphonse is engaging in a fight with one of the number guards.
Oh yeah.
And
we're at the prison.
And Ed's inside complaining that he's a pipsqueak and that he admitted it to himself.
I like them. They're fun.
Yes.
I don't know if I have anything else. I'm trying to think of the episode, make sure we covered everything.
Scar is missing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. You don't know say where he at?
He's fine.
Yeah.
He ain't dead. I'm gonna support him. Yeah.
Did we talk about Mace Hughes telling the boys that this entire facility of research was just demolished?
No, I mean we didn't bring it up, but that's why they hired the girl, was to like re-put in all
everything.
the documents.
All these records were just erased without him.
She's essentially a Deus Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, without her, we're up Schitt's Creek. She literally is like the most useful person on the show right now for us going forward.
Ed's got a bank account.
He's rich.
Big old one.
It's crazy how much money they have. When they said that, I was wondering to myself, are they actually like wealthy based off intelligent moves in life, or is it because they're alchemists and they can probably create money, maybe?
No.
I think it's just military.
No, he said, remember, because they joined the military with the access to all the information that almost all the information that the military has, and he said that he was paying from his research fund. So, like, it's like
a grant, or like...
He
like
said his research...
a student did something and they paid him out?
Well, no, it's like they have a budget for, like, hey, if you're a state alchemist and you're going to do research, this is your budget for the year. You get to use this money to pay for whatever research, whether it's like, hey, you paid the person that let you rent the books, here's $50. Or, hey, we just hired you to read and write all this stuff for us. There you go, which is really what they did.
All the traveling.
Yeah.
And she got a decimal higher than she expected, so good for her.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
Able to put her mother in a better hospital.
Yeah, that was cool too.
And then got her a job.
Yeah, and then got her a job.
Yeah.
Perfect day for her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Out of all the things we're watching, I'm definitely like most invested in this right now. I think it's a very fun thing to watch, and I like that there's a lot to like look into.
Yeah, man. I think we covered about everything, unless you have like questions with stuff.
I'm good to go.
Cool.
I hate that I have to wait a week for this, and that we have to watch other shows, because this is the one I want to spend the most time on.
Glad. This show's awesome.
Guys.
You got it.
You got it.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm here. Guys, if you enjoyed our reaction, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, the comment section, the Patreon's in the description. If y'all want to support the channel, go down there. We love you guys. We appreciate y'all. Tune in for the next Fullmetal. We're gonna
Brotherhood.
punch it. Bye!